Hi everybody and welcome to this webinar regarding the new work hours log application. The agenda for today is to give you a brief introduction on new functionality soon to be released. I will explain and present some of the changes that are made to the work hours log application in RAMBase. We will start off by going through the presentation slides and then do a live session in the system. My name is Cecilia, and today I'm going to take you through the new and enhanced application for work hours log. Note that this webinar will be recorded for training purposes. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them at the end of the session. I will also kindly ask you to mute during this presentation. The work hours log records and manages the employee's presence and absence according to their individual work arrangements. The log is used by employees to create, inspect, adjust, and approve the time recordings, and can be used by managers to inspect and approve the employee's worked hours, overtime, and absence. Work hours log is now redesigned from the old legacy application. The core logic and functionality for time management will remain the same, with some additional functionality. It's now easier to navigate and get a better overview of each time recording. You have more flexibility on deciding how the data are presented with increased filtering support and customization capabilities. Users can decide whether calculations of flex and overtime per day should be presented prior to or after they have been approved, allowing you to plan ahead. We have also added functionality for stamping in and out while the system does live calculations of your worked hours. This function is used to create a period without having a time clocking software or entrance gate, and can, for instance, be used while traveling or while working from home. It's also possible to approve and discard periods by using hotkeys. And now I will show you the main functionality of this application in the system. This is the new application for work hours log. After release, it will be available from HR and work hours registration. As you may notice, we have added an information overview at the top of the application. Here you can inspect worked today, which shows users the working hours for today, including unapproved periods if you have chosen to include them. Flex hours gives you an overview of approved flex time for the current and previous month. Here you can double-click to inspect each period that has affected your flex time. When double-clicking, you will activate a predefined filter. You can also toggle it off to deactivate it. Overtime hours shows the status of approved overtime. And as in flex hours, you can also double-click here to inspect periods with overtime. Approved vacation balance shows you remaining vacation this year. And you can inspect vacation this month, previous month, planned vacation if this is added. And this is also possible to double-click to inspect all the vacation lines. You will find all available menu options in the upper right corner. In personal settings, you can decide if you want to include unapproved entries in the day calculations. If this is set, the total for each day will include entries that are not yet approved. You can see that my total last Thursday is 4 hours. But if I choose to include unapproved entries and click OK, you can see that the total changes from 4 hours to 7 hours and 51 minutes. You can also register periods, allowances, and vacation days. This can also be done in the lower left options. Manage lets you approve, discard, and split periods that are highlighted. This means that you have to highlight an entry and then use the menu options. This is also where you transfer overtime to Flex. And as you can see in this option, it's possible to use hotkeys like Control Q to approve a period and Control D to discard a period. You can also inspect summaries for the highlighted day, by date, sick leave certificates, and overtime distribution. There are 3 different views you can choose from. The first is Days, that gives you an overview of adjustments, allowances, overtime, flex, and total per day. Periods lists all entries and is similar to the old legacy view. Calendar gives you an overview per month, including month summary for flex, overtime, and vacation. You can also have a day summary for the highlighted day. You can navigate between months by either using the calendar icon or the arrows. If you want to inspect a certain day, it's possible to double-click to open the entries. There are several filters you can use, either as named filters or predefined filters. An example can be days pending my approval, which will give you all entries that are not yet approved. When highlighting an entry, you can approve, edit, or delete it. And if you have several entries, you can choose to approve all for that specific day. As I mentioned, you can use the menu option in the upper right, but also the options in the lower left. From here, you can add a period, multiple periods, or allowances. We have also added functionality for creating periods by stamping in and out instead of manually creating them. When I started my workday, I stamped in, like you can see in the entry in status 0, I stamped in at A13. And as you can see in worked today, it is updated accordingly. If I click stamp out, a period is automatically created. So you can see that it changes from status 0 to 2, and you can see that it's created by stamping in or out. Thank you for listening. That was all I wanted to show you.